So you've been here for a long time, huh?
10 years.
Have you ever had a job like this before?
No, never.
I was graduating and did the holy crap, I need a job.
My background's in behavior analysis,
Oh,
so
okay.
that's what I do.
It's sort of like everybody's doing this, like trying to figure out the world, and so you come to artwork with your own, not preconceptions, but the visual elements might trigger different, they might be different cues for each person. So.
And when did the gallery aspect begin?
It began like a little bit after I started, like in the first year. We painted the ceiling black in the old studio because we moved here, and put lighting in. It was like $3,000 or something. It was really expensive, but we really wanted to do it.
Michelle has definitely like a way of, she's got her own style that comes from from herself, and like she can draw something that's totally like from a realistic photograph, and it looks like Picasso.
Right.
You know, and that's just her style, and that's like, she is an artist. She calls herself an artist, and she really is.
Right.
I mean, I don't like art therapy because I don't assume that person needs therapy and I don't, or something. It's more a collaborative thing here, where they share projects, and I feel that's important. That it's important not to lose sight of who the client is in terms of like people getting what they need, but at the same time, we learn as much together, like from each other. Sort of thing.
Like we're all like making dolls like with fabric and sewing them, and she just gets these toilet paper rolls and her friendship bracelets, and like ties them all, and like electric cord, and like all this just random material, and comes up with her own way to like tie it all together to make her own version.
One of the one of the things that makes these artworks attractive is specifically that there's a sense, there's some mystery there that you can't quite grasp.
Yes, that is it.
A lot of people, for whatever reason, in human services, they learn a certain way of dealing with people, which is a sort of a power way of dealing with them, and they're not into sharing power or creativity, and they pretty much are there to kind of boss and guard people, and that just doesn't work with anyone. Right. It's particular with someone with some behavioral issues, so because they'll let you know straight away when that you got it wrong. So,
so it creates kind of like a sort of prison environment.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
And it's hard, it's hard for people to unlearn that. And when you've got people from an art background or just off the street, then you can kind of help mold how the culture's going to be, more a cultural thing, really. You can go into houses, some places, and they have a really difficult culture to get rid of, if people are kind of bossing the clients around and not being respectful and not. A parent once told me about, like you said, like these like castles in France, and they would have these like room where they baked bread, and sort of like they'd done it for so long that the yeast was on the walls and everything, and they didn't even need to use yeast anymore to get it to kind of rise. And that, I think about that when I go into a place and look at the culture there, and then how it can take a long time sometimes to shift that.
Right.
But eventually, it like tips, and then.
Right.
A lot of the behavior stuff is just people being able to get what they want. Like you meet people that, that they just want a cup of coffee. So, they can't get it, so they get upset, and they throw the staff across the room. But then if you teach them another way of how to get the coffee, like using sign or using, some sort of routine when they know when it's coming, then they're not going to throw the staff. They don't go back to throwing the staff across the room. It's whatever you give your attention to, you get more of. So if you're always like giving attention to what people shouldn't be doing, you're just going to get more of it.
Right.
But if you give your attention in what you want or what you perceive they want, then you'll get more of that. I mean, it's very simple, but hard to do,